Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today we're on Nez Perce, going to test out a couple things that might be of interest to you. We're going to be testing out something that's been on a lot of people's minds since the game's been released, and that is hunting pressure. Now hunting pressure, there has not been very much confirmed information at all. It is one of the most or more mysterious parts of the game, of the mechanics of the game that we can't quite figure out. It's really hard to test. However, I've noticed a few things and I want to take a look at it. So I actually haven't really put it to the test, but I figured I would record and we can kind of learn together here and see if we can sort some of the hunting pressure stuff out. The other thing I want to test if I have time is questioning with the collars I have, and it's about being able to stack them on top of each other, and they kind of relate together because I'm wondering how, like, if hunting pressure affects the chance of the animals coming to a call. Now the first thing I'm going to test here is, well, I'm going to do a shot first. How we're going to test hunting pressure is with the crossbow bolt. Now the reason why we can do this now is since the crossbows are released, we can now apply pressure to a herd, excluding the hunter themselves. So I'm out of range here. They can't hear me, they don't know I'm here, they can't smell me. Basically, I'm applying zero pressure to the animals here. Now we might have to do the test a couple of times, because it is coming to the drink time and they might move out on their own, so that might wreck my test. But I'll sort of explain while we go. And what I want to do is we take out the crossbow, we're going to land a bolt somewhere in the middle of the herd, because they're all going to share the same spook meter. Okay, so they did not hear the bolt fire. When it lands, they go alert. It might be hard to see on the video, and I couldn't switch because the darn thing loaded up there, but that might be an alert. Yep, there they went alert. It might be hard to see, but when I fired the crossbow bolt, they did not go alert. They waited till the bolt landed. So what this is it's affecting their spook meter, which is like the animal alertness meter, and so it's fairly confirmed, this part of the game. It will grow really fast, but also dissipate really quickly as well. Now the theory is, since the developers really love meters, there they just calm back down again. Since the developers really like meters in this game, they've got like the damage bar meter that's on the bullet cam screen. They have the caller meter, you know, when you're calling and you're watching the little meter go across. They have the alertness meter. I'm thinking that that hunting pressure is also a meter, like a separate one that's associated to the herds. And I have a few reasons for this thinking, and it'll take me a little while to explain here. But what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to build the hunting pressure meter up separately, because I believe I believe they built the game really complicated, and for better or for worse. But see, they're calmed down now, and if they've calmed down enough, putting another bolt in there should just make them alert again. It shouldn't spook them. Did they go alert? Yes, they went alert again. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to build up the hunting pressure meter without spooking them. And this test might not be very conclusive, because the measurement of hunting pressure, what it does is, well, the spook meter makes them run, right? Go alert and then they'll bolt off. Well, hunting pressure, I think, works like this. It makes them walk away. So if you look on your map here, you also have the scent, the little purple cone. I believe the purple cone basically just adds hunting pressure. So the cone never spooks itself like the scent. But if an animal's in the purple scent, it'll push the animal away as if it's adding hunting pressure, which it is because the hunters know it makes sense that it'll be adding hunting pressure. But what I want to test is if that, adding the hunting pressure with the scent, is the same as adding hunting pressure this way. Because I think it's an entirely different mechanic and how the hunting pressure works. I'm going to lob another one out there. Oh, yeah, I forgot to switch before Reloading. But see, they're not spooking, so they're calming down enough. But I figure if I build enough hunting pressure on them, they'll work as if the scent has reached them. So there's alert. So they should start traveling away. And what can happen is I think this this hunting pressure meter, it builds up slowly, but also dissipates really slowly, and I think it can have a big factor in what we're seeing in the hunts, as when callers aren't being effective, like we're calling and they're not returning, because I've noticed that as well. If I feel I'm putting more hunting pressure on animals, then less of them respond to a call. But this, of course, is just a theory. It's just sort of thing what I've noticed, because there's AI at work, right? You play this game enough, you start noticing the AI of the animals, like how they become alert or when they become alert, when they start to move, and I've noticed that when I start to apply hunting pressure, they will act as if they've caught wind of me, like a scent. They won't spook, but they will move directly away from me. Kind of like what they're doing now. The problem is I'm going to have to test this again just because it's coming to their drink time, so they might just be moving out anyways, right? So I'm going to land one right in the middle. Watch me hit one. Let's just do that again. And switch to the thing, because they only go alert when it lands. There. Not all of them when alerted. They share. Oh yes, it is. Some of them didn't lurk. So that's what my theory is, that I'm now building up hunting pressure from them, and they'll just sort of start to walk away from me, because I've been noticing that just throughout my hours of playtime in the game. So I will find a different herd, and I also want to try the callers. I want to try a few things with the calling them in without hunting pressure, then applying hunting pressure, and then see if the same ones come in or if none of them come in, sort of thing. We're just basically going to mess around a little bit. So this time I'm not going to, my hypothesis is that they get pushed from hunting pressure, much like the scent, but I'm not going to say that here, just because I think they are just going to the drink zone. So this is just something I'm testing out. Right now I'm going to conclude they're going to the drink zone. And alerting them and adding hunting pressure might just woke them up and started them going there early. I'm not really sure. So I'm going to find another group that's maybe more settled into its zone and see if I can push it away by just applying hunting pressure. I'm also doing this test on Nez Perce here, because since I got to see if my game's crashing on this map. It started to crash on Aurora Shores, so also testing to see if that's a thing. If it's just crashing over there. There's that solo elk. Yeah, so I'm pretty sure they're just doing, they're just going to the drink zone there. But that gave me a bit of time to explain what's going on there, because I think there's that two AI states. There's the alert meter, it makes them spook, and then there's the hunting pressure one, which makes them leave the area. And I believe if you build up nothing hunting pressure, that's what turns a need zone from often back or down to rare. I also think that anything that affects the alert meter of the animals applies to the hunting pressure. So pretty much everything builds that hunting pressure meter up. And I don't think it's like Call of the Wild where it's zone related. I think the hunting pressure is based on the herd itself, where they all share the same kind of spook meter. I think they all share the same hunting pressure meter too, so it's kind of universal. But there's a lot of testing to be done. But right now I am concluding that they're just going to the drink zone. So I could try that same herd. If I get them to sit in a nice spot, I'll apply some more hunting pressure and see if I can drive them into the hills here or something like that. Alright, it also started to thunderstorm during my test. Of course it did. But I don't... Oh, here comes the thunder. But I don't need to record a lot of this. Basically my goal is I'm going to keep flinging crossbow bolts and landing there and adding hunting pressure. The goal is to try and make them move out. They pretty much settled where they are. But yeah, the goal is to see if I can push them just by using hunting pressure. Just to see if that sort of thing actually exists. I suspect it is, I'm not sure. Okay, they calmed down again after that one. Here's my next question. When the bolt lands, they look up alerted, but they were looking at me, but they might be looking in the direction where the bolt landed, or they just know it came from me even though they're not hearing me. So I'm going to send a bolt a little farther out, I think. Can I get one a little further out? because they don't hear the bolt shot. Yeah, see, they're looking at me there. I don't think they can hear the crossbow at 200 meters. The first attempt they didn't. The elk's not looking at me. Either way, I'll be applying hunting pressure just because I keep alerting them. So that's okay as long as I don't spook them. The goal is just to add hunting pressure. Yeah, so this elk here, I can test him too. See, they're kind of moving now. Before they were nice and settled in. And now their head goes down. So I'm going to do it a few more times. Just see here. Oh, and there's another interesting thing. So since I got two species right in my sight here, they all look up at the same time when the bolt lands, but they also go calm at the same time. So they got the same meter going on there. The elk gets his calm at exactly the same time as the mule deer. So that's kind of neat there too. Yeah, I'm definitely going to need to do this test when I'm in a tower or something with better visibility. So they go alert, and of course that disturbs them, and they start, taking a few steps forward and looking, and they're not drinking anymore. I haven't had them commit to a move yet. I'm also trying to figure out if they're moving away from where the bolt lands or not. The problem is I'm not in a spot where I can put it in the same spot every time and try and steer them around. But I've done several now, and this elk doesn't seem too bothered, so might be shooting down my theory already. But who knows, that's why we do this for. Okay, let's do one more. Ooh, there's a big flash. We'll put it on the far side of them. Okay, so we're going to launch the bolt. We're going to switch to the binoculars. And then they go alert when it hits. It is causing them to move, but that just might be random movements because of their alert state. I am going to have to try again when it's not storming and I have better view. I mean, I am pushing them, but it could just not be hunting pressure. It could just be when they go alert, they just start marching around randomly, sort of. Yeah, I'm not too sure. I mean, I am moving them, but I thought they would start traveling away after a certain amount of hunting pressure. But all they're doing is sort of just kind of budging over. Yeah, I'm going to keep watching him just a little bit. But this elk also shows, because he's not really traveling away either. Oh, that guy's marching away back there. See, I also don't know, maybe it takes quite a bit of bolt shots. Yeah, see, they're kind of... Yeah, see, they're marching away there now. So, I mean, I'm going to have to do this a couple times. I probably won't record them all, but... Oh, I didn't want to reload. Jeez, that's loud. I want to get the rifle scope out. I only have the 15 times on it, I think. But see, they're... Now, this guy's not really marching away, though. Which is kind of strange, because... I figured he'd be doing the same. I mean, I wonder, because, I mean, I know I'm standing, but their sight's just not that good. And that guy's looking this way. So that's what I'm trying to figure out. I mean, just hunting pressure in general, just make them look this way? Or maybe they can see me now? I mean, in real life they'd be able to see me, but this game, these animals are quite blind. Anywhere past 50 meters, usually. Now they're kind of walking this way. Alright. I'm going to mess around with them a couple more times, then I'm going to sleep and get rid of this storm. So if hunting pressure exists, right before I go to sleep, I must have applied it by now. I've done a good 6 shots or something into these guys, and I've alerted them 6 times. So if hunting pressure exists in any kind of way that it can affect them here, other than need zones, it should be affecting them. Like a shot like that, like always causing them to go alert, should be applying hunting pressure, you would think. But I just can't really see them. And I definitely can't really get a confirm on it. But, you know, it's not, like the elk doesn't seem bothered. He just goes alert forever. And these guys just seem to be going in circles. They're not really leaving, right? So, you know, it still seems to have affected their AI, because they're no longer just sitting there drinking night. Even though it says they're calm, they're no longer just hanging around drinking, right? They're doing like this circle. They're pacing and looking this way and all that. So I've definitely altered the AI by doing this, and my only answer is there is hunting pressure on here. I'm just wondering how they react. This guy, I don't know, the solo elks may not be a good test, because the solo elk AI acts differently. Like, they're way easier to sneak up on and stuff, so I'm not too sure if that's a good one. But they're definitely agitated now, even though they say they're calm. And I'm not moving or anything, so I don't know. I think this is just how they're acting when hunting pressure is being applied. All right, so I'm gonna reset the day here and see if I can get in a tower and see, you know, get better or get some elevation and try again. Okay, so it's the next day. I'm back into drink time. Now, interestingly enough, they've changed their drink zone. Now, I haven't been out there to see if like the often or rare. I should have probably did that, like pick up the need zones ahead of time, but I didn't think I would apply enough pressure to actually have need zones change or anything like that. So, but they are at their other one, and this is another good place here because they got a nice vantage point and a nice spot to watch them. I want to make sure they're hanging out though where they want to hang out, because they're kind of coming this way. Or is it just this one guy? He needs to be called out as well. Alright, same kind of thing though. I'm going to try and push these guys out. See what happens. So right now this is a nice calm state. Heads are down, they're doing a little drink thing. I'm pretty sure they are exactly where they want to be. I slept into the drink zone, so they shouldn't be traveling. And it's at the start. So let's throw one. I want to try and throw one past them and see if they look this way or not. I should be well out of them hearing the bolt or the crossbow here. So we're going to try and switch fast. Okay, so their heads are still down. And then up when the bolt hits. Which way are they looking? They're looking at me? Yeah, they're looking at me. Okay. So the game's just saying, you know, hunting pressure applied by the hunter, look this way. Because they definitely don't look up upon bolt shot, upon the crossbow. They're looking up upon it hitting. So it must be making noise when it lands. Alright, so I'm going to do that a few times. I sent it past them just to see if they would look that way, right? And I'm wondering if they're walking away from where the bolt landed now. There's so many questions to figure out, because now they're walking towards me. So there's the question. Am I pulling them towards me now if they're walking away from where the bolt landed? So I'm going to keep sending the bolt past them and see if they come this way. So they've calmed down again. Here, we'll do it right now. I don't know what this guy's doing. He's really marching in. Okay, so the head's back down again. I mean, that is their zone. I want to make sure they're all kind of calm, but they are marching this way now, which is kind of weird if they're looking at me. So I'm wondering if the game, if they didn't quite program that mainly because the hunting pressure is coming from where the bolt lands, but they're like, the AI's like, look at the player kind of thing. Like, we'll probably never know. Let's send it farther again. Switch. Heads up when it lands. Looking towards me. Now, I want to know which way they walk. It looks like they turned around there. That bolt should have went past them. Yeah, okay. So I'm going to wait till they calm down a bit and see if they start marching back towards me. Because now it looks like they've changed their mind. Okay, so their heads are now down and they've turned away from me. My next goal is to get them into that like agitated state where they won't put their heads back down. Because I think that's when like the hunting pressure's kind of hanging in there. So I don't know if this is interesting to many people, but it's something I just like. I don't like having questions about the game and what's going on, and the hunting pressure is a huge mystery. Alright, so we're gonna send it back here. Switch. Oh, I think I sent that too far. Oh no, that one's alerted. I can't get... Oh, see, now they're in a spot where I can't really see them. Yeah, they all went alerted there. Well, this is too bad. Okay, I'm gonna keep mucking around with them here. I want to get them to the point where they won't calm down. They'll do that like where they're stuck in a circle or whatever. Okay, I think I got them to the point. I put a bolt over here to try and steer them to the left, and now they're not putting their head down anymore. Okay, see? There we go. This has got to be hunting pressure right here. It is 9:30 in the morning. They were at their drink zone. Spawned in there, and now they're leaving it. Now, you know, I will never claim I know exactly what's going on in this game. But that's why I make the little videos. Because you can make up your own mind what's happening here. And look at that, 250 out, they can't see me in the tower. I mean, you can get these guys coming right up to the tower and they'll never see it. And you're telling me they're seeing me from there? I know they're not. I think that's just the AI seeing when hunter pressure is on, they're going to look at the player. No matter where he is. I think the bolt location is what they're walking away from. But see, now this has got to be hunting pressure. They're not drinking anymore. They're just looking there. They're alerted, right? They're not alerted, sorry. They're not alerted, but they're sort of acting like they are. This is the two different meters that I've been observing. Like this one will not spook them. Like if you do 2 crossbow shots in a row, that will spook them because you're doing the spook meter. But this is hunting pressure here. They're calm. So yeah, that's what I mean. I wonder how long that'll take till they go down. That's what I mean. I think they have a hunting pressure meter on right now, and I think it takes a long time to come down. All right, let's send another one out. I want to see if I can turn them around because they're going to the left. Are they actually avoiding the bolt? They might be getting too far for me to actually land one out that far. If I put it to the left, you know, if they are steering away from the bolt, oh, I really got to raise it up here. Okay, that should land to the left and the front. Did they go alert? Yeah, they went alert. So it landed here. So what I've been observing is when they go alert, they're kind of stunned for a minute, looking towards it, but they're not looking at the bolt. But I think that's the source of the hunting pressure. When they calm down, I think they start walking away from that source, but I'm not too sure. It's just kind of interesting to see how they get their AI working. That's mean when they're alerted, the spook meter's active, and that like looks like it overrides the hunting pressure meter, right? So you can't get a hunting pressure read until they've calmed down. So they're calm now. What are they going to do? Are they going to resume? No, they're just kind of still hanging out here. So they're going to keep going to the left. Yeah, they're going to keep going that way. And I'm pretty sure these guys are right here. Yeah, they don't have a drink zone that way. The drink zone's up here where they were. Alright, so that is interesting indeed. So I think I'm going to be done with this squad here. I want to try another one, but I want to put some callers in there and see how the hunting pressure will affect the calls. I'm thinking when they're in this state where they're all kind of agitated, but not alert. Did he put his head down there? No, they're getting too far away for me to tell now. No, they're still agitated. I'm thinking, like when they're in this, I don't think the calls will work. That's my next guess. Okay, these guys are just too far out to do any more tests on. So I'm gonna do a little bit of hunting while I'm here, see if I can get the Springfield to land. Ooh, I forget which one of you is the... you'll do. Oh, look how wide that hunter sense dot was. 200 meters out. I wonder if it's even gonna be a kill shot. Oh, they're all running pretty good. I don't think it was. the 30-06, I just don't have a lot of luck with unless I'm nice and close. They're up there. Maybe he dropped before coming out of there. Oh, maybe he did. Oh, I think he's right there. Never mind. I know it's got lots of power up close, but when I was taking elk with it the other time, I know elk are tier 6 and that's tier 5, but it's the 30-06 up close is pretty near a tier 6 rifle. I wasn't having a whole lot of luck with the elk, but I figure I might as well do a little call while I'm here and done testing with that group. But I always get more questions when I do these little test things. I want to know how long the hunting pressure would stay, like how long they would stay agitated like that. Because you can't really just sort of ignore that kind of AI that's going on there. Because now, I have noticed before, but I've never really like looked into it like this, that they have two calm states. Like the hunter readout will say, the UI will read that they're calm, but there's calm where they're sitting there drinking and eating, and then it's also calm, but with hunting pressure applied, where it says they're calm, but they're looking agitated. So my conclusion would be that little meter there, or the UI thing that says they're alert or calm, is just referring to the spook meter, the alertness level of the animal. It does not relate to the hunting pressure. So I'm thinking there should be like another thing below it, like instead of like just their alertness level, have like a hunting pressure readout saying that they're under pressure or something like that. That's what I think's missing. I think there's another meter there, and I think it's a hunting pressure meter. And I think that's what we're seeing here. Look at that, almost double lunged him there. Slammo. Oh, and here's another thing I've been trying to look at forever. You can get really precise with the damage meter here. That's where exactly I hit the lung. And you can pretty much do it by like micrometer with the keyboard. But that's about 2,800. And I was going to do a quick math here since I'm here, because this looks like a good example. Okay, I'm going to be taxidermying this guy, because I've been talking to the developers about this one a little bit. Now this is getting a little off track here, but this is about the damage thing here. From the first lung, the right lung is the kill lung, and the bottom one's the left lung. That is not the kill shot. You can, on the PC, and on console too, but the PC you can like measure by like the micrometer as the bullet expends its energy into the lung, and you can measure how much joules have been transferred between the 2 points. And that is how much joules of energy damage the organ. Now in this case, they're both approximately 600 joules. It's actually 614 into the first lung and 636 into the second. So the second lung actually had more joules impacted into it, but did not kill the lung. So that's a little bit of just one of the things that has sort of puzzled me. And I know some people are thinking, well, up here is like higher joules and the speed's faster, so yes. However, in the unit of joules, the speed's already calculated within the unit, so you can't, like the speed of the actual, like the speed matters because it's speed and mass together, and so the speed matters when you're calculating the joule, but once the joule's been calculated, the speed no longer matters. Like 1 joule is 1 joule, it doesn't matter where it is here, but they're treating it like it does matter, so that's where it's a little confusing. So I won't get into it too much just because it's neither here nor there. It's just a little thing that's been bothering me because we always think that the damage in the bars are like just how much joules impacted here. It's not actually that. It's like how much joules impacted the organ times some multiplier that goes in there, and you can actually see that with the crossbow. now the crossbow came up, but yeah, no, I'm getting distracted. It's just one thing that was driving me nuts. How you can have more joule impact on one lung and knock it out, but then have more on another one and not knock it out. When you sort of understand how joules work, but I'm no super scientist either. But that's another thing that was kind of I was trying to figure out. Alright, actually, I might just leave it there. I'm not too sure if my testing videos drive some people nuts and other people like them. Some people do anyways. I just do it because I like recording them and showing what I'm seeing, just so you can compare in your own game and sort of come to your own conclusions, sort of thing. But I'm actually leave it here, just because my next test is with the collars and hunting pressure. I wanted to see exactly the hunting pressure there. And anyways, that's what I'm calling it, is the hunting pressure kind of state that it's changing them to. And now I want to know how it is, when they're in that state, how it's affecting the collars. Because I've, the last episode with the elk, I had obviously applied hunting pressure with them by taking 2 of them out before the crash. And then a moose, or not a moose, an elk that was coming to a call before no longer did. So I'm thinking that when they're in that state, the collars won't work. But I want to test that out. The other thing I want to test is, as you see here, I have... Oh, there's a little happy little badger. 1 second. You got to check badgers and see... Oh. Yeah. I did not plan this. I did not plan this. That'll be my 3rd 5-star badger. Where is he? He's gonna be here on the map. Okay, so he's this guy. He's like right out here. What I'm gonna do is probably crossbow him, I guess. Can I do it right now? I don't have to call to get him out of there. I could do it. I plan on recording the next episode right after this one. So I could get this guy right at the start. Oh no, because then I'd have to get the collar. Alright, just a minute, see if I can see this guy. Oh yeah, well I'm looking for him here. Yeah, that's the reason. If you see a badger, always inspect them. Just because they're seem random to me. I don't do any herd management on badgers or anything like that. But I was saying he's in here somewhere, and who knows. But I'll see him here though. But what I was trying to show is the collars. I've got the bleat. Oh, it's the female. Darn it! I got the bag of sticks, and I got the original grunt call. So these can all call a whitetail and mule deer. So what I want to know is, 1, how hunting pressure affects them, and 2, can you stack all these different ones? Like if you use the bleat call, if you use this low fit call, and then like a deer won't come and it's like low fit, can I switch to the bag of sticks and do like the low fit call on that, and then will he come? Like, is it another chance to respond to that? So that's my next question I'm going to be looking at. In last video I asked for people's favorite hunts, and I will get to them too. I don't, as of this recording, I don't actually, the video is about to be published, so I don't actually know if anybody's responded to that request or not. I have some from the Discord that I can do, so, but I do want to check out some people's favorite hunts, if I get any responses anyway. So I'll get to that too. So I got a lot of things to do. I got this video to get up there, and then I want to do the collar test, and then I want to try some of the community's favorite hunts. Okay, so there's this guy right here. He's through here. Oh no, that's reading a female, so they're standing beside each other. The problem is you never know if you spook these guys because they don't break the sticks when they run. And I don't have a whole lot of patience because I don't have my collar. Normally I'd call them out. He's right in there. I might have to come back with the predator call and get this guy. You can hear them digging there. But I can't really Put my binoculars down because I need to ID him before I shoot. Oh, you can hear him chowing down. Oh, is that you? No. Oh, that could be him over there. No, wait. How can I get this close? Shouldn't they have spooked by now? You can hear the schmuck, schmuck, schmuck. I do like the sounds of the badgers. Okay, let me get through here and watch them be like right on the other side. Oh, that's a stick. Where are you? I'm supposed to be ending the video. Come on, really? Oh, I think they ran. Yeah. So you never know. You never know if they ran or not. The only way you know is you stop hearing the schmucking noises in the diggy noses. Okay, so that's the first thing I'm gonna do. Oh. Oh, they're running around like... Oh, there he is. Okay, can you stop? You stop somewhere I can see you. Ooh, they might have went out in this little field. Alright. I'm gonna take one more attempt here. Okay, looks like he's coming right at me. This is him right here. Oh, and he stopped. Look at that. Perfect. Hi, buddy. Hey, there we go. That's gonna be... That should be badger number 3 for my little stand here. Let's pick this guy up here. Slammo. Crossbow sure worked on that guy. Oh, 97%. So he's probably going to be my best one now. Did I get him when he was old? What do we got? 463. No, he's not a super great 5-star at all. They don't stay mature very long. I only think they only last like 6 in-game days as mature. So you can never really risk it with these guys. Oh well, let's taxidermy him, and I'll go put him on my little stand. Oh, and there he is. He's up on this little rock here. So, out of all the animals I've hunted since the game's released, so far Nez Perce here is my best trophy lodge, and it's still pretty empty. It's still, the saddest is Aurora Shores, because it all has a duck in it. I can't seem to get any 5 stars on that map. But out of all the animals, my most success is actually the badger, because I got 3 5 stars of them. And I filled out my little thing where they're wrestling with each other here. So that's pretty awesome. Alright. So yeah, I'm going to have to end this video here and plan. I don't know if I'm doing it right after this video or not. Oh well, it doesn't matter. I'm gonna try and do that collar test with the hunting pressure here very soon. So, I hope you found it interesting anyways, and hope you're enjoying the game. Oh, I also didn't get any crashes, so maybe it is just that one map. That'll be annoying, because I do like Aurora Shores. But anyways, I'll stop talking here. Thank you very much for watching, everybody. Take care.